What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another. This is a bonus episode of Walk-Ins Welcome. We're chuckling because we were going to do some Christmas music intro.
And I had some jingle bells going, and then Nick's like, stop.
It was like tortured children singing jingle bells. Like, that'll go on I don't know, an end-of-year reel or something like that. Anyway, hey, everybody. Look, this is a super bonus episode. We just wanted to give you, as we're in the holidays, while you're thinking about your end of year, here's what you're probably doing is you're planning out your 2024.
We know you are.
Yes.
We just had a conversation with a client, and he's like, we're doing this in 2024.
That's right.
Which, by the way, urgent cares love weight loss.
Yeah, they do.
That's a thing right now. So if you're an urgent care, you're thinking about adding a service, weight loss.
Ozempic is impossible to get right now, so you better have some kind of weird gummies or something. Nonetheless, we plan for 2024 as well, and we're going to be bringing a podcast all about getting your internet marketing right in 2024. That's coming, okay? Mm-hmm. But here's in my opinion, one of the most important things that I've learned from my pastor, okay, is evaluating the past, like taking a look at the year that you just had. Not just, hey, great, we're done with 2023, let's look at 2024. No, like you have to learn from experience. And so I've got 5 bullet points that I wanted to go through on this bonus episode to give you some context around evaluating this past year.
Well, and because it goes back to that, if you don't evaluate and make changes or adjustments and you expect a different result, but you don't make the effort, that's insanity, right? You're going to do the same thing over and over again.
That's
so
right.
If you thought 2023 was amazing, what did you do right? And then we'll go through all that. But at the end of the day, and we'll talk about counting your wins and all the things like that. But it's so important just to look back, because by nature we think about the negative, or we think about the now.
Right. And
we forget how we got here.
That's right.
I mean, thinking about where we are now as a company and how we got here, it's amazing.
It's unbelievable.
It really is.
And we'll get into that a little bit as part of just like confronting the facts and evaluations and all that.
Yeah. Right. All right. Well, let's get into it before I take the thunder.
No. You're all good, man. So the first thing, if you're going to review your year, you have to collect good data, right? Like you have to have good data in front of you. Right now, Michael, I'm asking you, I'm asking our production team, I'm asking our CSMs, I need information, data, like how many leads did we generate?
Yeah.
How many new patient care clinics did we bring on? Mm-hmm. Right? How many did we lose?
Yeah.
I need the data.
One of our favorite sheets that we like to look at here, Intro, is a sales and retention tracking sheet, which is throughout the year, who did we bring on? Who came off? Yeah,
this is broken into 4 categories. This is new clients, upgrades, cancellations, and downgrades.
Yep.
Right. So those are the 4 categories that I measure, and that's measured through also like how many discovery calls did we have, how many strategy sessions did I do, and how many of those converted into new businesses for us, right?
And and if you're going through data, and here's the thing: if you are in the medical field, because chances are you are, because you're listening to this podcast, your software has the data.
Yeah. How many new patients came through the door this year?
How many had feedback?
How many gave you reviews?
Yep. We were talking to Solve the other day. They have now built-in review stuff.
That's right.
It's really cool. But anyway, going through that, because how many patients have been back to you?
That's right.
They went and they came back.
Repeat visits.
What's the frequency of all that?
There's an episode that I did called I think it's called Fortune in the Follow-Up.
Yeah,
something like that. Anyway, no, it's always book a meeting from a meeting, and that may also have been a bonus episode. Anyway, but collecting data: how much money did you make? How many new patients? How many new hires did you make? How many fires did you make? Like
what services had the most use out of it?
Exactly,
and then you're saying one of my favorite things. Not necessarily favorite, but I've done a lot in the past, is which service is just pointless.
Right.
Why are we offering this?
Well, so the note that I made on collect data is compile data for the areas in your business that matter the most to you, so you can determine how healthy your organization is with a number attached to it.
Yeah.
A number attached to it. The second bullet point, Michael, is evaluate results.
Yeah, and I would even say too, if you're not doing this and I'm going to goal set, you can't goal set if you have no idea what happened.
That's right.
Where you're just throwing stuff in the air and hope it sticks. But yeah, evaluating results, a review the data, collect to see if there's any trends, if something's out of place. One of the best, if you're not sure like where to start with this, chances are you're using QuickBooks or something along those lines. Well, now you've had a whole year of data inside of QuickBooks or whatever software you're using. Export the entire year month by month and look for trends in revenue, look for trends in expenses, and highlight the outliers.
Absolutely.
There's where your results are right there. You know, if we see a nice, or have it spit out a bar graph. If you see a nice trend of revenue going up and then you see a trend of expenses going down, that's good. That's ideal.
That's good. That's hot.
Like you don't. I mean, the reality is revenue goes up, chances are expenses go up with it because you're servicing. But if it's the opposite, like you're having everything positive in revenue and then all your expenses are going down, that's an awesome thing. But you need to evaluate.
That's right.
And a lot of people may not have this data, but evaluating like the satisfaction of your employees. We have a weekly report that we send out with our employees, and I can take a look at a glance at any of them and see the trending. Because I remember when I did this back January, February last year, we were not happy January, February last year. We were not happy people.
That's right.
And then changes happened, and in March, April, I saw the happiness go back up.
Back to the smiley faces.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. Anyway, but you have to sit down and look at all. So you got good data. Hopefully you have good data. Now you're starting to look at the results. Now you're looking for all the weirdness of it. Like it's the good and the bad, the what's averaging out, what's a trend that makes sense. And if you have a trend, like I don't know why this is trending this way, digging into that a little bit. And like you said, you may have to get key players involved and say, I need some explanation behind this so I know what we're dealing with.
That's right. So the note I made on evaluating the results are review the data that you collected, bullet point number 1, to see if there are any trends or metrics that seem out of place or on track with what you were hoping for and expecting for this year. Because you made these plans, these same plans that you're making for 24, you made these plans for 23 as well. So you have to evaluate the results of the plan that you put in place.
Well, and that brings up that point, right? If you have goals that you set at the beginning of this year, pull them out.
Yeah.
Did you meet them?
No. But we set a goal, and I know that because we collect the data. But we're not far off of it, though, man.
But we're moving toward it.
Well, we did a goal reset mid-year, and we're closer to the goal that we reset for because of the changes in the business. Anyway, let's keep going. Celebrate the wins.
This is probably the most skipped over one for people, but probably the most important one, because if you're not celebrating the good, you're just going to live in the bad. And
I don't think any of our team is going to listen to this, but we're about to have a big old celebration, so I don't mind saying it. There's going to be envelopes involved.
Oh, yeah,
There's going to be awards involved. Like, we're going to have some fun going into our, I call it a Christmas party. If you call it a holiday party, God bless you. But at our Christmas party, we're going to be celebrating. We're going to be celebrating. We're not going to be talking about the missed goals, the missed opportunities. We're going to be celebrating the wins. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, focusing on the wins is I think so. What I do, and one of the things I do here, is monthly one-to-ones with all our employees.
Yes, you do.
And one of the questions is, what have been your wins? Not just company, like what are your wins that you've experienced in the past 30 days, and what are company wins that you've seen? And it's always like, well, except for Kim, she hasn't bulleted it out.
She's high detail.
She hasn't bulleted out, and she names them all. It's kind of fun. But everybody else, like, they start thinking, like, oh yeah, that happened. I can't believe that happened. This like that. I felt like that was a year ago. I'm like, no, that was just 10 days ago. And then it's almost like we glance over it and we kind of forget about it, but how important it is. Like from our standpoint, we're doing a solve webinar. By the time you listen to this, it already been done, and that's a huge win. Even if if we get some monetary benefit out of it or not, it's still a huge win, because we said to ourselves, we want somebody, some type of company inside the urgent care world to know who we are,
that we respect,
that we have high, that's well known, they now know who we are, and now we're collaborating.
Right.
And that's huge, because a year ago that didn't seem possible.
Yep. And we'll celebrate that win for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So the note I made on celebrate the wins is take time to celebrate what you and your team have done throughout your organization by showing everyone the numbers that matter, like new hires, new patients, repeat visits, reviews. Show them those things. Show them the things that are personal to them. Celebrate the individual along with the group. especially where capable. That's where the awards come in. Next bullet is confront the facts. So we missed our goal for the year, and I'm going to confront that fact, right? There's some areas of the business that I want to do better at. I'm going to confront that fact. I'm not just going to sit on it or sleep on it. I'm going to change it, right? You know, crap, Nick's about to go in and break stuff. That's not, it sounds like that. It's to improve it, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing, no matter how big or successful your business is, there's always a hole with a business.
Right.
There's something that's not the way they want. I mean, right now you could probably go look at Apple and there's something they're not proud of.
Yeah.
I mean, you could argue that their iMacs are kind of becoming pointless, you know, and that type of stuff.
Sure.
Where
Yeah.
That's an argument you can make. Or we're recording this on a Mac Mini. They don't update that thing but every 3 years.
I know. and it's a bad to the bone machine.
Anyway, but like that's one of the most profitable companies in the entire world, in the history of the world, and it has its holes.
So let's look at it from the patient care space. What are the facts that you need to confront? I'm going to throw out some options. Are your wait times longer than they should be? How can you fix that? Right? Are your reviews, are you at a 2.3 star and you really want to be at a 4.7? Like, that's a fact you need to confront and put a plan of action into place over there.
Or you only have 100 reviews and you want 400.
Right. Is your patient count down?
Or never changing.
Or is it, status quo? Like, we've been the same for the past 3 years. Not we, but like, has your clinic been in the same spot, like doing the same amount of volume for the past 3 years?
And you may or may not be comfortable with that.
Right.
We had a conversation with a client. Like, they even said, we're exactly where we want to be.
Yeah.
We don't know if we want to go up anymore.
That's right.
And you have to tell yourself, is this what I want? Because there are plenty of companies that they hit where they want to be and they don't have any desires to go beyond that. But the challenge that you run into, they also can't control if it went backwards. And if they go backwards, now they got to make the efforts to get back to where they wanted to be.
Right.
So, but yeah, confronting those facts, because I mean, there are things that we can easily ignore and just say, it's just the way it is.
Right.
Or we can say, I don't like that. Let's try something different. Because if we don't try something different, we'll never know if we can fix it.
Write them down, the facts that you want to confront. Write down these areas that you want to improve on. See what your low numbers are. Identify what you need to work on, and focus on the most important thing for next year. Okay, so focus on the next important thing, not all the things. Once you solve that problem, then you can go through the things that are important to you that you can solve for. Don't go into 2024 trying to solve every problem at the same time. Important order of importance. Go with that.
Well, even when we do our 7FA thing, so 7FA is 7-figure agency. It's a mastermind of digital marketing companies. We meet down in Miami regularly,
Right.
And they give us a ton of information, but they'll tell you need a focuser, and they give us a focuser worksheet, and it says, here are the things that you've heard. What do you want to focus on? Because at the end of the day, we gave you 10 things you could do, but you really should only work on one or two.
Right. We're going to be going into that's our mastermind, by the way, and I hope you have one for your urgent care that you're a part of, a group of business owners that are like-minded moving in the same direction. We're going to be doing a 2024 implementation roadmap. I think it's tomorrow or next week. I can't remember. It's in my calendar. But that whole session is to say, here's all of the areas that you have decided you want to work on. How are you going to tackle those? So I'm really excited about that. Last bullet point, and probably my favorite, is get better. Michael, there's a saying that I have around here. Sometimes I have to be reminded of it, but it still holds true, is if you get better, the market will demand that you get bigger.
Yep.
Right? Okay, so you've collected data, you've evaluated the results, you've celebrated with your team, and you're confronting the facts. By default, you're going to get better, which means what?
Market's going to demand you get bigger.
The market's going to demand you get bigger. That means you're going to grow. People are going to see that you're doing exceptional work. People are going to see that the wait times are down. People are going to see that you guys stand behind your services and your patient care, right? And they're going to come back. They're going to rebook meetings. They're going to bring their family to you, and they're going to tell people about you.
Well, and so if you're listening to this, you're like, I don't know if I believe that or understand it. Take any. I'm a big Aldi fan. I don't know if you're a big Aldi fan or not.
I am, but we don't always go there.
Right.
It's not convenient.
So what is Aldi fantastic at? keeping prices low and keeping things efficient.
Right.
And they grow because of it, because
That's right.
people demand that. They want more of that. That's what we want right now. So in the urgent care space, they want the shorter wait time or the better care. Like, they don't want to feel like a number.
I was going to say, it's funny that you brought up Aldi, because I like Aldi. At the end of the day, their goal is to put groceries in your house, right?
At a low cost.
At a low cost. I like Publix experience. I guess because I'm 44 now, like experiences, they matter to me, right? I don't want a Mercedes because I like Mercedes.
You want the
I want a
Mercedes
Mercedes
experience
because I
it.
want to be taken care of. When I go into a Publix, they go, "Hey, what can we help you find?" And then they hold your hand and take you over to it. They don't tell you what aisle; they take you to it.
And their phrase is, "Shopping is a pleasure."
You can't find a person at Aldi, but you got great prices there.
Yeah.
But you can't find it. There's one human being. They're sitting at the counter. With
And that's almost gone because now they have self-checkout.
That's right. But if you get better, the market will demand that you get bigger. So here's the question that I like to ask. I'm going to leave it. Michael, we're going to end the episode on this question.
Only 16 minutes.
Determine one thing that, if it got better, would make the biggest difference in your urgent care. Y'all have a great week. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Talk to you soon. Bye. What's up, everybody? Somehow you managed to get on to this. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's just the worst.